Oh, would you please stop? Really, I wish you would just drive instead of fiddling with the brakes.
Dorian, it's kind of important to know that the car is able to stop, don't you think?
I thought you said that the brakes were good.
Well, I'm making certain, aren't I? Will you stop whining? Just be glad you're not still standing out in the middle of the road, flailing your arms around like an idiot. Oh, and please, this ride is going to be a silent one.
Fine. David has some nerve, leaving me stranded in the middle of nowhere. You want to talk about Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
What a loathsome subject.
Loathsome? My goodness, that must be because your dealings with him have been so dishonorable.
Oh, no, dear. Charlie was your mistake.
No, I cherish every single moment I had with Charlie.
And what a pity you had to dump him because he is a hopeless alcoholic and a pathological liar. I'm so sorry. It really is a heartbreaking story.
I was actually hoping you could shed a little light on a certain aspect of that heartbreaking story.
And what would I know about Charlie that you don't already know?
Well, you know that he almost drank himself to death. Of course you know that. You were needling me about it.
Needling you? That was me reaching out to you, offering a gesture of sympathy.
My goodness, was it? Well, remind me to duck next time you do that.
You know, you have become a very paranoid, hypercritical person, and I must tell you, it's terribly unattractive.
Why are you trying to change the subject?
I am merely trying to inform you that I can relate, all right? I know exactly what it's like to love a drunk. An alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic, and yes, he conquered his addiction, but before that, there were blackouts. There were relapses.
Mel was an absolutely wonderful man. He was a gifted newspaper man and an even better friend.
Well, it's very kind of you to switch seats with your dear friend on a plane that was destined to crash.
Are you serious? You think I wanted that to happen? That I wanted Mel to die?
I'm just saying that it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. Mel should be here, not you.
Actually, not a day goes by that I don't think about that, Dorian. It was such a fluke. Mel and I just swapped seats. So I got the note that was intended for him, and that's why I got off the plane. So you're right. I was the one who should have died that day, not him. And I carry that with me all the time.
I finally found happiness. Mel was my husband. My life was shattered when he died.
I'm sure it was. Which is why I'm wondering, how do you do it?
Do what?
How do you live with what you've done?
What on earth am I guilty of?
Oh my God, I don't have time to get into that list right now. No, I'm specifically referring to what you did to Charlie.
Could we put some music back on? Really, atonal banging would be preferable to this pathetic...
Somehow, Dorian, somehow you got Charlie to drink that night.
And
somehow you got Charlie to fall off the wagon.
Okay, how would I possibly do that?
I don't know, you're a doctor. How did you do it,
You can't stand it, can you? You see somebody with a productive life and a clear conscience, and oh, you're just overtaken with envy. It drives you mad.
Overtaken? I'll tell you what's overtaken me, and that's the conviction that you are responsible for Charlie's downfall.
No, that would belong to you.
No. Now, you were afraid that Charlie was going to tell the truth about Jared before you had a chance to at the shareholders meeting, which would have enabled you to take over the company. See, and if Clint and Bo had learned the truth that night, before the meeting, they would have been able to do damage control, and believe me, you would not have been able to destroy as many lives as you did in one fell swoop.
Oh my, what utter nonsense. No, Viki, you are responsible for Charlie falling off the wagon because you didn't give him any sympathy, you were judgmental, you were totally emotionally withholding, but may I add, that's your usual MO.
No. Charlie says he remembers you were the last person he talked to before he started drinking.
I admit it. I did see him at the hospital.
Yeah, and you argued, right? You argued.
And you believe the word of a pathological liar?
Over yours in a heartbeat.
Oh, come on! Look, I hate to tell you this, but Charlie made up that little story. Yes, in order to shift the blame. That is what alcoholics do. Because nothing happened at the hospital. Not a thing.
Charlie said that you were furious because he told you he was going to tell Rex the truth, that he wasn't his father.
And you believe the word of a lush who is desperately trying to get back in your, shall we say, good graces?
Let me tell you something, Dorian. Charlie is a good and he's a decent man who's had a lot of very bad breaks in his life. And believe me, if he said that you got him to drink, then that's what happened. I just wish I knew how you did it.
How much? The whole idea is ridiculous. How can you possibly force someone to drink?
I don't know. You could do it.
Right. So, being a foot shorter and 75 pounds lighter, I, with sheer brute strength, managed to force his mouth open and pour massive amounts of booze down his throat.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past you.
Are you so desperate to forgive his drinking that you will believe any lie that he throws at you?
In this particular case, he's telling the truth.
Okay, wait a second here. We are talking about a man who said that he slept with Roxy so that he could claim to be Rex's father and not Jared's. Come on! Who but a pathetically sick liar would make a claim like that?
I am really convinced that Charlie was not responsible for his drinking that night. You were.
Oh, here we go again.
Because, you see, you absolutely refused to give me a straight answer.
Okay. I did not cause Charlie to go off the wagon, all right? Is that a straight enough answer for you?
No. See, you wouldn't be quite so rattled if you weren't hiding something. So I suggest you tell me what it is, or I'll just stop the car and I'll leave you on the side of the road again, okay?
Fine. You want the truth?
Mm-hmm.
You really want to know what happened that night? Okay. Charlie fell off the wagon and into my bed. Happy now?